Alright, I just want to do a quick recap video on VSTM. And right now, this is the 5-minute chart. Last night, there was some um, news about initiating coverage. This is, I think, our swim platform, so it shows up here. It doesn't show up on a lot of the places most people would be looking, like Yahoo Finance. And here's OTC markets, FinViz. I think it did show up here. This is no, yeah, it did, April 13th. It just shows that coverage was initiated by Oppenhimer and outperformed. Same price target, but it doesn't show in this part where it should. And this is where I'll find a lot of details about any stocks. Right here, I'll look at the filings, and if we look at the line, there's message boards here, and then you got StockTwits message boards. So, and there it is on here. So there's some places to look for some details on any stocks, but mostly VSTM had the gap up, and we'll look at the morning time. This was yesterday after hours, and then the dotted line here, let's close this off, shows this morning. So it closed here after hours yesterday at 5 p.m. Pacific, and then this morning at 5 a.m. opened at 166, so 10 cents lower, and then ran up pre-market to 191. So it's starting to get back there, which is good. It's the last 10 minutes of the day. We'll look at the daily chart. You'll see a nice gap, and it's finally nice to see after this downtrend. I made the video the other day when it was right around here, hoping it would close above the 20, but it did have another down day. Market was weak, and I figured, you know, following the market, 70% of stocks, or 3 out of 4 stocks, follow the market, and lower price stocks are no different. So I wasn't selling anytime soon, and based on the history of press releases and their potential for this summer. Anyhow, so we got the gap, and it's holding green. I'd like to see it stay there, otherwise it could fade off and start making newer lows again. Once it gets over, and I have some price targets in here that were actually hit. One of them was 167, and that would have looked like that, the high of this day, and it took it out there and didn't get to here, which is good. And that's basically it. Let's look at, here's a chart on StockTwits. FinViz has quite a bit of info and all of the PRs in the list, which I like. It's kind of cool. And then the filings here, latest Form 4s in January. Just a quick look at one. Either it's an acquisition or a an option exercise. One of those. That's basically it. It doesn't have on the news on the OTC markets today's announcing coverage. Last news was April 3rd, presenting at the health conference, Needham. I think that's it. Okay. So I'm holding it, still looking for a break. 6-month chart of the highs about 12 days ago, 225, and we'll go to 1 year real quick. That is 1 year highs, pulled back off it, which was expected, and the market's been weakening. And the 3-year weekly chart, we'll zoom in to right about here. No, let's expand it. So there was 4 weeks, 1 week down, and then this week hopefully closes up near the 2 area. That would give it the best possibility of a follow-through week next week. Tomorrow's Friday, so there's another day for it to continue. That looks good. And the next one, let's check it out. You know, filling this gap, or the high of the open of the gap in here back in September last year. There's a lot of areas you can pinpoint the low of this day or the low of that day. Let's see, so, you know, 280s. I don't know if it gets there and stops or just takes off once some news is announced on their phase 3 drug, which is what I think people are looking for. This coverage is definitely good. Here it is here. 4 times it shows up on Thinkorswim news, but oddly not on even Yahoo Finance. It's not even on there. I don't have it up here. Okay, that's it. See you guys.